Yo, 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 what's up, Bulls Nation, Bulls family? We back with another one, man. You already know it's day three of the NBA free agency. A lot of players getting signed, a lot of trades going on. Not too much activity in regards to our Chicago Bulls. But we did get some news today. Not a signing, but a way that we probably can sign some more players. Um, so we gonna go ahead and get into that. The Lonzo Ball situation, man. They filed for the DPE. If you look back at it, the last DPE was filed. It took them about 5 days for it to get approved. So I'm expecting that DPE to get approved within like the next 5 days. To kind of get more time for Acme to get creative and make decisions and choices on that. We also gonna touch on this wild Zach LaVine rumor. I believe dropping dimes had made some drop some and everybody all up in all up in the air about this Zach Levine situation. But before we get into all of that, man, my boy, my co-host Q, how you doing, bro?
Bro, no, man, it's just these rumors always keep me laughing, bro. We gotta definitely, I can't wait to touch into these rumors. But like you said, we can kick it off with the Lonzo situation. So, the good news is we can get half his contract back for 1 year, as we were talking about off. Yeah, so 10.2 million. The question becomes, do we trade for somebody or do we sign somebody? Uh, I made the joke about TJ Warren or earlier. But
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
vet minimum, man. That ain't.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
we could do
aside
that
from
without the
that,
DPE.
man, now we got a little bit more flexibility. Now we can get him in someone else. I don't know, but it is a good move because we virtually had no money. So for now, we actually have like enough cap to sign at least a notable person that could be in a rotation. I think that's a big deal for us considering before the season started, we didn't think we was going to even have that.
Yeah, I mean, the plan was in this off season, just to go back to what AK was saying, was to add shooting, add some size, and change the shot profile. You did that with the one signing of Javon Carter, which I do think is gonna affect the shot profile. We know he can get it up from three, but like I said earlier, we haven't made any more moves that's signaling that we're going in that, concrete direction. Now, with this DPE being fouled, it is a possibility that, hey, we probably could bring another shooter in, preferably a stretch four. I think that's what this team has been missing the last couple years. We really don't have a stretch four, that big body that could just knock down threes. We got it in Patrick Williams, but that's only one player. Like teams that are successful, you see multiple shooters on the court, at one time. It seemed like typically we got two shooters on the court mostly, and that's not enough. We need to get a lineup where we could at least throw four shooters out there, five shooters, spread the floor. And it only makes sense when we got these great ISO players in Zach and DeMar. That's why when Lonzo was here, it was just so much better because you actually had people out there that could space the floor. You got Zoe, you got Zach, Vooch,
And Pat,
Patrick Williams. Four people that could space the floor that kind of give DeMar a little bit more room to operate. That gives Zach more room to operate, and then that point guard can kind of play off ball. He don't have to do all the pounding and dribble because you got two players on the wing that can do that. But it is some constraints to this DPE. So let me kind of explain this situation. So once this gets approved, like you said, it opens up 10.2 million, which is exactly half of what Lonzo Ball contract is. Now we can take in a trade of that value, or we can sign somebody with that value. But the principal goals is it has to be a 1 year contract. That's in terms of taking in trades or signing somebody. So we only could sign somebody to a 1 year contract, and we only could trade for an expiring contract, which do kind of limit how we can use this, money. It's not like just free cap space where we can kind of combine it with our mid-level exception, which is the 6 million plus the 10. And then we still got 4.5 in our biannual. So we got close to 20 million. And if we use all that, the big question is, are we going into the tax? Well, I think this move kind of signifies that, hey, AK was talking that shit and he meant it when he said the Reinsdorf to let him go into the tax. So it looks like we might be a tax-paying team. A lot of people been saying, hey, we only did it one time throughout the history of the franchise, and that was a question brought up heavily on media day, and a lot of people was pinpointing at it. It seems like right now they're ready to bite the bullet. Um, so Q, with that being said, you think we gonna go into tax? Because I don't see why apply for the 10.2 million if you're not gonna use it.
Um, Weirdly enough, I don't think we going into the tax.
Uh you
Yeah.
just hurt my soul on that one.
And I'm like, if we talking about the same guy that we always talking about, I think bro is just like, I just found 10.2 million reasons to not go into the cap. What is you talking about? Like
I mean, but
I,
it's not like they
I,
recoup that
yeah,
money.
it ain't. You right. It ain't that. So it would make sense to try to use it and then go into the tax, use all your resources. But I just wouldn't be surprised if they just tried to use the scarcity of what we have left and just try to scrape together another playoff run or playoff berth, I should say. And then maybe next year he goes into the tax because Reinsdorf seemed pretty big on if he doesn't believe himself this is a championship team, he's not going into the tax.
I mean, to me, I think I gotta kind of disagree on that one because I think they gotta go into the tax in this case, in this situation, because it's like, why foul for the 10.2? It's only good for this season. And to not use it would just, like it would be, I would kind of consider it childish. Like why excite the fan base by applying for it, which everybody knew you should have been applying for this exception, and then not to use it? I think that would piss so many people off, man. So
I wouldn't be surprised if we look up Kelly Oubre 1 year,
yeah,
10 mil,
I
10
I I
mil.
I mean that's something that I would respect and I would like, especially knowing we need bench scoring and we need a solidified three. Like we don't have a
So
traditional
wait,
three on the
clarify for me
roster.
and anyone else that got this question. So we use the 10 mil, we automatically in the cap.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at it
Okay.
from our mid level, technically we would not be a luxury tax team, not yet. We would have to spend 10.5 million to actually be a luxury tax team. Now,
Okay.
the thing is, if we use the 10.2, we would still have our mid-level exception at 6 million and our biannual at 4.5. To not use the mid-level and the biannual would make no sense. That means you're not trying what you can do to improve the roster. Because you can use those two things right now without being a luxury tax team. You get what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
when you look at it, to apply for this extra 10.2, it doesn't make sense if you're not gonna use it. So right now, it looks like they're gonna be operating with 20 million in cap space. Now, 10.2 of that, like I said, has to be an expiring contract or a 1 year deal, which I think it's a lot of players out there that we can kind of touch on, like how you kind of alluded to Kelly Oubre, which was one of my targets. I would like to see with that, but it's multiple, it's multiple things that you can do with that.
Once like I will, like you said, it would be childish. This is a childish organization. That's the only thing that got me like, look, bro, it would make sense if we did this, but I wouldn't be surprised a week later be like, yeah, we still ain't signed nobody.
Yeah, but see, the thing
Well,
is
well, it
about
takes a week. I'll say a week and a half later.
yeah, no, but the thing is about the luxury tax is you can go into, like, we can start the season off as a luxury tax paying team, but if we get under the luxury tax by the end of the season, then a Reinsdorf doesn't have to pay the luxury tax. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it's ways around it. Just because we go into the tax, that don't mean we're gonna be paying the tax. And I think
Okay.
this is gonna be their opportunity to do so. Like, hey, let's go into the season as a luxury tax-paying team, give Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Vooch all the resources we think that they would need to be successful to the best of the ability that we can. And then if this thing is not looking good by the trade deadline, all we got to do is move a contract or two to get below the tax, and maybe try again next year. Because again, DeMar's expiring. Pat, he's coming up restricted free agency. So you got different problems next year, and you could say, hey, all right, if it's not working out, let's just get under that tax line and then focus next year on free agency. And retaining our guys, or again moving DeMar DeRozan for some
Well,
type of
that's
asset or
for sure
something.
what I hope. That's for sure what I hope they do. And that's like you said, that's the what it's signaling towards. It's just that like when you look at them, I'm just over here. Like, I'm being a pessimist. I'm like, yeah, man. Until they do it, I don't believe it.
No, definitely. I think we gonna go based on your actions. Fuck what you talking about. Now I know
Right.
you applied for it. That is an action, but we gotta see you use it. Like you never went into the tax, or you have one time. We know the tax can get expensive. I perfectly understand that, but I think, man, out of we ain't went into the tax in almost 10 years. That was about 8 years. 2012, right, or 2013. One of them. It's almost been 10 years, man. So, for me, if you got a competitive team, at least try. You can always, like I said, try to get under that tax line by the trade deadline, especially if you got valuable pieces on your roster. Um,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I definitely agree with that part.
yeah, yeah. But now we kind of got that out the way. You know, let's get into some names. Let's get into some possibilities. What we can do. I think if we want to get kind of creative, so we got the 10.2. We know that got to be a 1 year contract. We got the 6 mil and the mid level exception, and then we got the 4.5 and the biannual. I think that biannual exception, I think that's gonna go to Io. I think we bring Io back. I could see Io signing for a 2 year 9 million or something like that. Or he could just take the 5.2 and bet on himself and try to go, unrestricted free agency next year. But I think him being a second round pick, man, let me again, I didn't get the full scale rookie level contract. I haven't been in the league 4 years. If I sign that 4.5 for 2 years, that kind of give me more time to develop. And hopefully by 2 years, I'm ready to go and get a bigger
Yeah,
check. You know,
yeah.
I think so we can kind of scratch that biannual off. So then we got 6 million with the mid level, and then we got the DPE. Now, before we get into the DPE targets, that mid level exception. Now, a guy that I really wanted to sign, which I think would have been perfect, was actually Jalen McDaniels. I hate to see him go to the Raptors because they just added another 6'9" long pest on a wing. That's somebody who I wanted to look at. He signed for 4.5, basically the biannual, a 2 year $9 million contract, something we could have offered him. And I would have loved to see that. I think we need a 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", preferably 6'9" type
Yeah, I
player.
need 6'8" or taller. I'm tired of 6'7", tired of 6'6", I'm tired of 6'5". I
Yeah,
need
6'5" too low, man. We
tired of 6'5".
Caruso at the 4, we got to cut that shit.
6'4" at the center. Derrick Jones. I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go ahead. I need, like you said, we need some height, we need some weight, need some bigger guys. I'm with you with Jaden McDaniels. I really wanted us to get like be in the Eric Gordon hunt just
Yeah, but he
because
going to a contender though,
I
bro.
know, I
Yeah.
know, but it's like I, that's just why I would have liked to see it. I just would like to see our names get mentioned with some of these people, bro.
No,
that'd be
definitely.
that'd be the thing that killed me. Be like, all right, what was y'all doing?
But I just think, like, with our front office, with them playing things so close to the chest, that's why we don't get a chance to actually hit none of that stuff, man. Because again, nobody knows what the fuck the Bulls is doing. Nobody knew we was gonna trade for Vooch. I mean, Alonzo news was kind of leaked because it seemed like they wanted to get Lonzo in that trade deadline and didn't want to wait until the offseason. So that was kind of expected. Nobody knew about DeMar.
Yeah, no one
Nobody
knew.
knew about Alex Caruso. Nobody knew he was connected to Javon Carter. So when I be hearing these rumors and shit, I take it with a grain of salt because it seems like nobody really knows what the fuck the Bulls is doing. Nobody knew we was gonna foul
I just
the
want to
deep.
know if they doing something. And that's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking last off season we was like, yeah, they're gonna do something, and they ain't do nothing the whole off season. They ain't do anything. They
No,
signed Drum,
definitely.
they signed Goran, and we was like, all right. That's
Yeah.
it. And that was it. We ain't hear no names. We ain't hear no
Retain
rumors.
Derrick Jones.
But
Yeah.
I want to like I don't know. A little bit of me want to start hearing our name more in the media, bro. Like I'm already, the talk of the summer has always been people talk about the Lakers and the Celtics and the Knicks a little too much. So
Yeah.
it'll be nice to know that the third biggest market team or fourth biggest market now because of the Warriors is out there like making moves, being a big market team.
I think it's gonna come, but we gotta get competitive first. If we're not competitive, it don't
They
shit. It
don't,
don't
they
matter
don't, they
what
don't
the
care for
hell
New
going
York.
on.
They don't care about that shit at all in New York.
Yeah, but I mean New York, bro, they ain't won a fucking chip in
That's what
50
I'm getting at.
years,
And
bro.
they
Like
be in
that.
every rumor, every headline.
Look, they don't have a fucking choice. At least, I mean, with us, we kind of got legacy going on, so we can be picky with our shit, you know. But New York, man, they need to be tied to they need to be trying everything. Shit. Like, what the fuck? They ain't won in
I'm like that
50,
every time.
50 years, bro. That's damn to double my lifespan. What the fuck?
It's just crazy every time. Hey, this person's available. New York is in the talk. It'd be someone trash. New York, and I'm like, bro, like y'all just going for everybody, huh? Y'all just calling everybody like, hey, how much you worth? How much you worth? Like, I just want to know if
Yeah.
are we doing the same? I want to like
Yeah,
poke them
but
with a
when
stick.
you
Like,
don't look, you don't want to be thirsty, man. When you be thirsty, shit start. If you chasing something, that mean they gotta run away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I give you
I
that.
understand being aggressive with the stars. I hate that star players is not being discussed. Like when Damian Lillard is available, we have no connection to that.
No,
You know,
we gonna
Pat
talk about
Towns,
we gonna talk about
Zion Williamson.
yeah.
We have no Brandon Ingram. Like we have no way
We
of
ain't
getting these
we could it
players.
could at least be Bulls made a phone call.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're making calls. I doubt they not making calls.
Yeah,
But the thing is, we don't have significant value to offer these other teams in trades. So it just, again, I think we doing due diligence, but it's like, what the fuck is due diligence? Like that ain't gonna do anything. That
I
ain't big
want to
enough to talk about. Like,
I want to hear some stuff. I want to hear us actually be in some rumors or something.
yeah,
Like we
we
said.
we shit, we gotta develop these pieces we got shit to make them valuable. To make teams be like, man, yeah, I want to fucking
I mean, no,
yeah,
no, no.
like I
I give
want
you
a
that.
Kobe White. I want to, like goddamn, like it ain't pretty when you sit here looking at that roster and like, man, shit. I don't know. Y'all ain't really the thing that's most valuable is Zach LaVine. That's why Zach LaVine in every room. Outside of
Man,
that,
they do that
Patrick
for
Williams, I mean, he nice. I mean Caruso, he nice, but I don't, I can live without these type of players, man. These not game changers. Like they're not moving the needle right
Nah,
now.
they missing Caruso in LA. Well, they was. They probably ain't gonna miss him no more.
Man,
They
they
finally
still
replaced him.
man, they trying to give us more fucking bomb, but they don't want to. They don't care about Caruso. But back on this mid level, man. So with this 6 million, I think it's two people or it's a few people I would be intrigued by. They all gonna be fours. My number one target would be Grant Williams. Um, again,
Very. Oh, yeah, we talked a little bit about him last episode.
yeah, Boston is over the cap about 10 million. So really them trying to shit, they might have to let Grant Williams walk. They want to extend Jalen Brown. Um, that high payroll, and especially with the new CBA going on, I think we can definitely get Grant Williams. I don't know who his bidders are right now. I hear Dallas is being interested, but I don't know how much money Dallas could really offer. But I
Yeah, they're
think
over
if
the cap too.
yeah, I think if we can give him like that 6 mil that we got left over, and sign it for like a 3-year deal or something like that. If he willing to take that, I would love a Grant Williams type thing. Also Darius Baisley. That's somebody who I think you can really get for cheap right now. Stretch for y'all need to really go look at my man's highlights. Very long. Could put the
From the
ball on
Thunder.
the floor. Yeah, no, he got traded to Phoenix, but yeah, from the Thunder. He
Okay.
played under Billy Donovan's system. Long rebounding, like I said, can stretch the floor, put it on the ground, athletic. And he plays defense, block shots. I think that's somebody who can come in with that energy and be springy, lengthy defensively. He could play a small ball five. Like I said, you're not expecting him to be a full-time starter, anything like that. Just a nice piece off the bench. Um, but them right now, them the two names that I would look at as priority. I mean, you got like Malik Beasley still out there. Will Barton's still out there. Again, you touched on Kelly Oubre, Torrey Craig still out there. But for real, it's not a lot to be desired that's left on this free agency market. Christian Wood, but I think they will command higher salaries than this 6 million, especially
Yeah.
Christian Wood, Kelly Oubre type players. So with that
Grant
last
Williams,
6 million,
Grant Williams, I think would probably be the best fit for us.
yeah,
But I will not lie, Darius. I know Darius basically more for defense and catching oops.
yeah, he's springy. He's
Yeah, so
springy.
I'll be honest, I've never seen that man take a three.
Oh, he a career 38% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, like
Huh?
I'm looking, I guess I know he didn't really play a lot last year. He only played
Nah, yeah,
yeah,
I
he
mean,
played
he
good.
was on the championship team, and then when he was on the Thunder, man, I remember going against them, and he was locking DeMar ass up, man. He was out there blocking
Yeah,
shots and
he
shit.
can stick.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I like him. I just know he can shoot. That's all I'm thinking. I didn't know he can shoot. I just seen him get a lot
yeah.
of oops in.
Nah, 38% from three. I think to me, he remind me of just a bigger kind of like Javante Green type player. He tall and he could put that bitch on the floor. Like he attack you off the dribble, he could dunk on you. To me, he just one of those players where it's like he haven't found the consistent home. And we need young guys with upside and athleticism and at least 6'9", and I think he
Yeah, now he fits
he
that.
has all of that. Yeah,
Now he fits that. Even if he can't shoot, I will gladly use the shot blocking and springy, and he rounds the floor. So,
yeah, definitely.
you know, he might be if they get him in for a private workout, see what that shot like. He might be better than a Grant Williams pickup.
Man, this I again, I think you got options there, man. Like I said, you still got Torrey Craig out there. I wouldn't mind a Torrey Craig, a Terrence Ross. Us
Mhm.
these players that's on the wing. So I think with that last money at the mid level exception, you either targeting like one mid big fish, which would be Grant Williams. I think he would command the whole six. Or you can kind of split that up. You can go three for like Torrey Craig, a little bit over the minimum, and then I'll try to add a Terrence Ross. You could go two wings, and then with that DPE, that's what I really want to get into because there's a lot of targets I think we can target with that 10 million. First one come to mind, Christian Wood. I don't know what his market looking like right now, but I would love to sign Christian Wood to probably a 1 year deal, kind of just like a prove a deal. It seemed like everywhere he go, he can't find a home. Always been productive, to stretch the floor, rebound the ball, score the ball. But just haven't found the home yet, man. Pretty young. Again,
The the Dallas
tweener.
fans was complaining about he wasn't healthy enough for them.
Yeah,
That
but
was
I,
their
I
own.
I think if we sign him, I'm still, he could start or come off the bench. That's how I look at his position, his role.
Oh no, they had him coming off the bench, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind coming off the bench again. And it probably will be better considering I would hate. I ain't gonna say I would hate it, but I can't imagine him and Vooch in the lineup together.
Nah, I mean,
Nah.
shit, he a tweener, man. I think with him being able to stretch the floor like them
On offense,
against
yeah.
bigger
On offense,
teams, like
yeah.
when we got them big ass teams,
I'm thinking on defense. Like that's what I'm like. I don't know. Maybe depend, like you said, depend on who we play.
Yeah,
Because it was to certain teams. He was like, "Why we not going big?" So maybe getting Christian Wood allows us to go big. I'm a fan of Christian Wood game all around. Got a nice three ball, nice post, nice midi, all of that. So that's gonna be a great pickup. I don't think he'll want 10 million, but I would love that pickup.
but I mean, it don't seem like he got a big market right now. I mean, that money drying up. All the teams
Yeah,
with cap space kind of the only teams left with cap for real is Spurs and Hornets.
yeah.
Unless he want to go to a losing organization. I mean that'll be his choice. But outside of Christian Wood, another guy, we kind of touched on young Kelly Oubre. I love Kelly Oubre, man. I
I think
think
he will come.
yeah, yeah, 1 year deal. Again, averaged 20 points last year. Solid defender, long, a traditional natural three. Again, you could start him or come off the bench. He shot 7 attempts from three a game. Now it wasn't a pretty percentage. It was like 32%, but he'll get him up and he can score the basketball. Something that we kind of need with the 24th offense that we entered the season with last year.
And
We need
especially because he got some size. So all offense don't got to come from guard play.
yeah,
Give
we
us a
need some
little,
wings.
yeah, we definitely do. So
We need some wing
I'm still
threats.
with you. I'm still with you.
Okay, so yeah, for Kelly, a few pieces that I think as far as free agency route, I think them like the only real two free agency pieces I can see with that 10.2 who would command that amount of money. Everybody else, I think you can get kind of for a lower type thing. Uh, but a few trades that I think that the Bulls can look at to kind of bring somebody in. Um, Forkman, Forkon Korkmaz. Korkmaz from the Sixers,
A
expiring
shooter.
deal, 6'7", knockdown shooter. Could play that 2, that 3, can handle the ball a little bit, somebody who I think, again, in one command the whole 10. But hey, if you bring him in, that's another shooter, at least that can, again, bolster that weakness that we have on this team. I don't think that'd be as sexy as a Christian Wood or a Kelly Oubre, but again, I think it addresses a need, and that's something we desperately need. So, how you feel about Korkmaz, man?
I mean, since it's a trade, it depends on what we trading for him.
Oh, we wouldn't even trade anything out. It'd just be absorbing the salary.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
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 So with these trades, I'm looking at teams that's tax-paying teams that may be trying to dump some money, for a
Oh,
contract
okay.
that, again, like Korkmaz not in their rotation. He not playing at all. He requested a trade last year. I don't think it's anything out there on the trade market for him. That'll just be something for Sixers. That's a salary dump. For us is, hey, we need shooting. You know, another player out there, again, from Minnesota, Cal Anderson, 9.2. Expiring contract. Somebody who I definitely think could fit in this rotation. 6'9", ball handler. He's not really a knockdown shooter, but he can control the game. He can, pretty much do it all type player. Kind of remind me of a Evan Turner type player. Um, what you feel about Cal Anderson, man?
I really think he is a good shooter when he wide open. He just got the slowest shot in the world, so he can never shoot
Yeah, yeah,
it.
that shit hit you for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, I mean, bro got like when he watch, I was watching one game. I'm like, look, if he open, he gonna hit it. Literally every open three he hit. It's all the other threes he missing though. Someone closing out, the pump fake dribble. Like, yeah, he don't gotta do all that. But I like him. He give us a. I would like him because he can be our floor general off the bench, which we still need. We don't have any floor general, so I would gladly like if we could take it back to whatever year D Wade and Jimmy Butler was here, if he can be Rondo off the bench with the second unit, that'll still be great.
Yeah, I mean he can command the offense. Again, he went to UCLA, kind of got them ties with Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine as well too. So I think slow mo will be a good pickup for us. I don't think that'll
No,
be bad.
I'm not against that at all. I'll take that too. Like we could use him for everything he offers.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And see, this is the thing that I would be looking at. Like, if we gonna have 10.2, man, get something that can really impact and change the dynamic. Like, you say you want to change the shot profile. It don't have to just be 3-point shooting. It could be actual, playmaking players. Especially that wing. Like, if you got somebody who can play make from the wing, man, that actually opens up a lot of your offense, man. Because a lot of these guards that's coming in nowadays, they can
Imagine if we
attack, they can shoot, they
real
buckets.
quickly, like imagine if we just go big, put him at the one, Pat at the four. We'd be a long team.
Yeah, Zach
And,
Lamar.
and yeah,
Yeah,
or Drum. We'd be a
yeah.
long team.
Billy ain't doing that though, but yeah, that makes
But
sense. Billy like,
remember
oh hell
what we was talking
no.
about earlier? Like, yeah, it sound good, but are they gonna do it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Going based on action and history, I don't think Billy Donovan would, hell
Oh
no.
damn, we might as well not
We
even
still
get
ain't.
him.
I don't think we ever seen a Drummond and Vooch combo. If we did, it was
No,
probably the
no,
smallest sample size
no,
ever.
no. I don't think I ever seen them on the floor together.
Yeah, like Billy ain't doing that big shit. Um, but yeah, I think slow bro will be a slow mo, whatever, slow bro. I think he'll
What's
be
slow,
a
bro?
good pickup. Yeah, slow motion. My boy would be a nice little pickup.
I like
Um, two other people. For we head up out of here, I want to touch on one from the Wizards, one on the Nets. I think let's start with the Wizards first. Um, my boy Gallinari, somebody we was rumored to be interested in last year. He did tear his ACL. I think this like his second or third ACL tear. He always tearing
third
it.
or fourth, bro.
Yeah, he's straight tearing that ACL.
Third or fourth, bro. Like I'm good on that one.
Yeah. But I mean, you coming in 6.8 million expiring contract, somebody who could stretch the floor, and we already know Acme and them had interest
I
already.
I haven't seen him be in a rotation since 2018, 2019.
Yeah, I mean, when he was though, he was getting
Yeah,
buckets.
he was somehow the Clippers' best scorer for like 50
No,
games.
the Hawks. He
Oh,
was
that
getting,
too. Oh, yeah, true,
yeah, he was
true,
getting
true. I
bucket
did
on the
forget about that.
Hawks.
I forgot
Getting
about that.
bucket on the Hawks.
He had a mini revival. Is that the year they went to the conference finals?
Yeah, and he
Okay.
he was one of them. He was one of them dudes out there. So I mean, Gallinari, if he could be in shape, man, and that leg look good, again, this to me, this free money. This shit, we gotta get somebody. I wouldn't mind him. He wouldn't be my first choice, but again, I wouldn't mind him. My last name here, Q. A Billy Donovan type guy. He's 6'4", wing,
Uh-oh.
uh, pesty defender.
This is who we finna
Royce
get.
O'Neal.
This is who we finna pick up.
Royce
This
O'Neal.
is who we finna pick. Nah, nah. He don't shoot good enough for me. That's my only problem with Royce O'Neal. He don't shoot good enough for me.
Not a
He
floor
was,
spacer.
yeah. If he was actually like a Jay Crowder shooter, I'd be like, okay, we could try it. But the last 2 years, teams leaving him open. He cannot cash in at all. Like I'd rather have Grant Williams. I'd rather have everybody else on the list just because they can shoot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Royce O'Neal. I think he one of them utility players. He Javante Green, man. That's
Yeah. We good. We don't need that no more.
all right. Well,
We don't need that no more. I'd rather have too much shooting next year.
I feel it. I feel it. All right. Well, y'all